Meditators and certain spiritual teachers often speak of creating from the quantum, stepping outside the version of yourself held together by old habits and familiar stories, and choosing to meet possibility before it ever becomes matter. It's the practice of feeling the future you want before you can see it. Now, I know this framework isn't everyone's cup of tea, but I've always enjoyed exploring ideas that help us inch toward the proverbial 5D. At the same time, though, I deeply love everything the 3D has to offer, which is what led to this story about how I tested and successfully implemented quantum creation on Halloween night at Magic Kingdom. Do your meditations, y'all. Our story begins in Orlando, Florida, in late October at Dr. Joe Dispenza's week-long retreat. In case that name doesn't ring a bell, Dr. Joe is a teacher who bridges science and spirituality, focusing on how our thoughts and emotions shape our everyday realities. His retreats focus on teaching people how to break out of old patterns, tap into deeper consciousness, and use intention to shift their lives on both a psychological and energetic level. Some people swear by his work and credit it with major personal breakthroughs and physical healing. Others dismiss him as textbook pseudoscience. But for the sake of this story, that's neither here nor there. All I know is that without the elevated mindset and energetic state that I was in all week long leading up to this evening, I don't think what happened to me would have become a reality. Earlier on this particular morning, like 4 a.m. earlier, I was sitting there, deep in meditation, trying my best to quiet the mind and exist as pure consciousness in nothing, staring into the occasional kaleidoscopic, hypnotic imagery, feeling extremely elevated on the energetic level. So much so that after 6 intense days of similar energetic work, I emerged with a sense of needing to leave the conference grounds for the evening and ground into somewhere different, but equally calming. And if you've ever seen any of my videos on here before, you'll know that for me, that paradoxically means crowded theme parks with high-speed thrill attractions. It's not a coincidence that I went to the Orlando version of this event. But even my crazy ass wasn't initially planning to jump on a roller coaster today. All we set out to do was calmly explore Disney World property, enjoying dinner at the Animal Kingdom Lodge and appreciating the fact that safari animals were only about 10 minutes from our convention hall turned meditation dojo. It was my wife's idea, actually. Let's go to Magic Kingdom. No, I said hastily. They have a ticketed event tonight for Halloween. That's like the most popular event in all of theme parks. That thing sold out in an instant months ago. But I was forgetting my teachings. There is a reality in the quantum where we show up and get tickets to this thing. I saw online that theoretically there is a chance that guest relations might have last-minute tickets in the event of cancellations. So with that, we hopped on the bus and went over to Magic Kingdom. I'll spare you the unnecessary suspense. We went around in line 3 times. Sorry, all sold out. We weren't the only ones trying this either. But as we sat down next to guest relations, damn close to giving up hope, we noticed a family at the window signing some kind of paperwork, potentially like a refund being processed. So we went up and asked, and sure enough, 1 ticket had just become available. I can't compliment the cast members enough because they, without hesitation, matched that 1 ticket so that we both could go together, and like that, we achieved the seemingly impossible. To make it even better, we, a couple of native West Coasters, had never even stepped foot in the Magic Kingdom before. And somewhere between the retreat energy I'd been carrying and the magic of walking into the world's most popular park for the first time, the disbelief that we actually made this happen on a whim turned into carefree exploration. The night took on a life of its own from there. One of those beautiful experiences where intuition, intention, and luck all braided together. Multiple cast members even kept telling us to go play the lotto at this point because of how lucky we got that day. On a night where the thematic energy of the park is at its peak and the crowds are managed enough to make this infamously overcrowded park actually fairly mellow for a change, it wound up being the perfect first experience for us. But instead of continuing to explain it in words, I'll just show you how the vibes went from there. Last minute tickets. We in here. Don't let them tell you meditation doesn't work. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, Halloween nights. It's been sold out for months. However, after a week long of meditation, Guess we got a last minute ticket. I'm in a terrible place for the castle. It's not even there. No, I'm gonna do it right here. This is the shot. We made it. We made it. Last minute tickets. Do your meditations, y'all. I don't even know what this is. What? There's treats? There's treats? There's just the trick-or-treat candy line. I wanted to see Fill Magic. Dang. I'm so fucking excited. Let's go. People mover.
For your safety, remain seated at all times.
First up, Progress City. Walt Disney's amazing dream for a community of tomorrow.
Oh, so cool. Never thought I'd get here this soon in Tron's existence. I didn't think I'd have the chance to get here for a really long time. So I'm very, very stoked to get this one. Not bad, not bad. Fun. The juxtaposition of that and Space Mountain, the old original jank version, is really funny next to each other right here. Very interesting dynamic, and I like it. Happy to get a first lap on Tron, but I didn't think I was gonna get here for years, so happy about it. All in all, this experience will always be extremely memorable for its spur-of-the-moment organization, very funny contrasting tie-in to the serious, deep meditation focus just hours prior, and overall experience at the park. If you ever have the chance, I highly recommend the event. And if you can't get tickets, hopefully this can serve as proof that it is in fact possible to luck out day of. Till next time, thanks for watching. Cheers. One time for the underdogs, all the square pegs, never quite fitting in and couldn't care less.